Hello everyone, Tropical Central here. Welcome back to another video. And today I am updating my house predictions. So if you're new here, please know this is how my ratings work. I have tilts, leans, likelies, and safes. It would take forever for me to do all 445 districts, so went ahead and did away with all the non-competitive districts. So you'll just see my ratings for the competitive districts, which there are 70 of them that I have right here. So let's get right into it. I don't want to waste more of you guys' time since you guys might have stuff to do. So let's start off in the Northeast. Maine's 2nd Congressional District. I have that as Tilt Democratic. Polls so golden now in former governor, uh, the former governor, ahead of Jerry Golden, but Golden has came back from behind before. I still think he barely wins. The open papacy in New Hampshire, likely Democrat, especially in this environment. I don't think any Republican has a chance to flip that. All right, New York's seats. All right, so New York 1, I have likely Republican. It would take an absolute not red tsunami, a blue tsunami to flip that one blue, but again, don't rule it out. New York's 3rd and 4th district, I have both as like lean Democrat. All right, New York 17, it's now tilt Republican due to the fact that Mike Lawler seems to be running for re-election instead of running for governor. Unfortunately for Democrats, Lawler is a strong candidate. He won re-election while a lot of the same 22 class failed in the 4th, 19th, and 22nd. Lawler survived handily, and I think he might survive again. Alright, the 19th, likely Democrat. Again, Kamala won the district, so I think it would take an absolute, like 9/11, post 9/11 Bush type levels for Trump for the Republicans to get that seat. All right, I all right. Now here we go. In New Jersey and Pennsylvania, again, blue tsunami for PI 1 to flip. All right, it'll depend on the national environment, but I have tilt Republican up here in the 8th district, and then tilt Democrat right here in the 7th. Uh, Again, a lot of this is going to depend on the environment. If it's a very good Democratic environment, both will flip. Right now, it's a split, but a good environment for them might see both of those flip. Pennsylvania 10, lean Democratic. Scott Perry almost lost in the year that Trump won Pennsylvania in the district. Perry is in big trouble going into a 6th-year midterm, which is what Trump is going into. Let's say he goes down. Likely Democrat here, PA 17. And over here, New Jersey 7, lean Republican. Alright, Virginia. The 7th and the 2nd are both going to be lean Democrat. My reason is, if it is even a modest blue wave, or a blue year, I think both Virginia swing states seats are going to be Democratic. I have Virginia 7 as a hold for the Democrats, but I lean because Eugene Vindman is a terrible candidate. He sucks at campaigning. I think could lose the seat even in a blue wave. That's how I feel about it. Virginia's 2nd, Virginia Beach, then those suburbs around Norfolk. I think it flips because of the environment that is going to happen. North Carolina 1, lean Democratic, just because of the sheer competitiveness of that district. Alright, Ohio 13, I got lean Democrat. Again, we'll see what the new map shows for that district. Ohio's ninth, lean Republican. I think that's probably going to be one of the only Republican flips of the cycle there is in Ohio's ninth. It's just too red, and I think it will flip. Even with this, because of the new maps, they may make it redder. So I think it's finally time for it to be lean red, lean Republican. Kentucky 6, likely Republican. The reason is the suburbs may vote against Trump in droves in 26. So that's why I moved it out of the safe column. Tennessee's 5th. I'm moving it to lean Republican. The environment plus the scandals that Ogles has keep on getting himself into, I think it could be pretty competitive. And a good checkpoint for this is right next door in this 7th. We'll see how Nashville Democrats are driven out, are motivated. All right, Indiana's first. Likely Democrat. No surprise here. Incumbent Democrat in a city of suburb of Chicago, Gary, Indiana, the second largest city in Indiana. Uh, no surprise. It'll take a insane surprise for that to flip. Michigan seats. I have tilt Democrat for all of them. It's going to be dependent on the environment. Republicans could win all of them, or Democrats could win all of them. But right now, with the environments in this swing state, I have all Democrats winning all three of them by tilt margins. But again, Democrats would win them. Wisconsin's third, tilt Democrat. DVO, Derving Oden, he's very unpopular and a strong Democrat that almost beat him 2 years ago, last November, is running again. C in a better environment, C wins. C might win this time, so I have Wisconsin free as tilt Democrat. Minnesota second, open seat, but I still think Democrats are going to hold to it. All right, so let's get to Iowa and Illinois, and then we'll shift back south. Shift to Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, and Nebraska. Then I'll shift back south. And Iowa, the first, I think that's the second. My bad. The second likely Republican. Tilt Democratic in the third. I think Zach Nunn. I think that race is going to be more of a better environment than for the Democrats there as well. So I think Democrats could narrowly flip that seat. And then Iowa's first. Like, come on. You only win by a couple hundred votes in a year that Trump dominates in Iowa, man, and you're unpopular, and you're getting a strong candidate against you. Marinette Milne Meeks is in deep trouble. She's probably going to lose. All right. Nebraska second, likely Democrat. Don Bacon just announced he's retiring. Democrats have won that district back-to-back years by decent margins. I think it's flipping. All right. Missouri second, likely Republican suburb. Republican should hold on. Emphasis on should. If it's a very bad year for Republicans, that seat could flip. All right, South Carolina 1, likely Republican. Even if it's like a minor wave for the Democrats, Nancy Mace being so unpopular could tank her. Still, with the gerrymander district, I think she wins pretty decently. But remember, if you're very unpopular in a wave year, you're probably going to lose. All right, Illinois 17, likely Democrat, obviously Democratic district. All right, let's do Florida and Texas. Florida 7, likely Republican. The 9th and 23rd for likely Democrat. They're going to be competitive, but I see the respective parties holding out a win here. For this 13th, it's going to be lean Republican. With Pinellas County being a very swingy county, I believe that Anna Paulina Luna will have a challenge, but she probably holds on due to the white littered sift of Florida as a whole. Alright, Texas. I have both the Democratic held seats here being lean Democrat, and then I have this being likely Republican. So the Texas Rio Grande Valley is trending more red. So I think that in a couple of years those seats will become almost all red, but we'll see what happens. New Mexico second, likely Democrat. Gabe Vasquez won in a red neutral year and a blue wave year, even a blue neutral year. He holds on, so that's why I'm picking him to win. Likely. All right. Likelies in these two districts due to the competitiveness of the fair the last few years, and then the popularity of Lauren Boebert here. Boebert underperformed here again, and in a wave year, she's probably gonna have a competitive race here again. And then Colorado 8, gonna be a rematch. I think Caraveo beats Evans in the rematch, and I think she holds on. She wins there, even in a blue neutral year. Alright, Utah, pretty much an auto flip here in the fourth. I'm just going to give the fourth, but auto Democratic district is coming in Utah, so that's why likely D. And then Arizona, the 6th and the 1st, both tilt Democrat because of how close they were in the last few cycles, plus with the blue wave or a blue year coming around. The Republican, they might flip as well, and it seems like, and it's looking pretty good so far for the Democrats in both districts. So that's why I have them tilt Democrat for right now. And then Arizona 2, likely Republican. It's too red, man. You can't flip it unless it's an absolute big blue wave. Nevada, all 3 of Nevada's districts here are likely Democrat. I don't need to explain them further. Alaska, I have them has it as likely Republican. All right, Montana, likely Republican, and then likely Democrat, lean Democrat, lean Democrat. Here in the Oregon and Washington districts, again, Democrats should be favored in both blue states. Both the 5th and of Oregon and the 3rd of Washington are shifting left, so that's why the incumbents there are going to hold on. Finally, California. I'm going to speed run through them right quick. Alright, California's 3rd. Lean Democrat. Likely Republican, my bad. Alright, the harder seat. Likely Democrat. Likely Democrat in the Whiteside seat. Likely Democrat here in the Levin seat. The men's seat is going to be lean Democrat, tilt Republican, tilt Democrat, and then lean Republican. So, the reason why I chose those rankings is going to be a blue year, and with how competitive those California districts have been, it's possible that all of them go to Democrats. I have Valadeo winning better than the rest of the Republicans, other than the 3rd district. It's because Valadeo is a very strong incumbent, and he narrowly lost in a race that he was originally called to win in 2018. He narrowly lost, but he dominated the next year. He dominated in 22 and 24, so I think he's going to win. The rest of these, it's those two likely Democrat seats, the likely Democrat seats, they have strong candidates there, and in blue county parts of counties, they're probably going to hold on pretty decently, and then the rest just pull out straws out. Like they're going to be super competitive. So that's my map here. 228 Democrats, 207 Republicans. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.